Alright, so this video we're going to be talking about math in Java. So Java makes working with math pretty straightforward and simple. It offers the usual arithmetic operators you would expect, in addition to some mathematical functions and properties so that we don't need to implement them ourselves. This lets us focus on the core logic for our application. Again. Alright, so let's start with some arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operators are what you use to manipulate the value of numerical variables and numbers. Let's go ahead and start with addition. So let's go ahead and make two ints. We'll make int ducks equals 10, so we have 10 ducks. And then we can do int geese. We can have 5 geese. And then to add them, let's make a new int to hold the whole thing. So int total, we could say, equals, and we can do ducks plus geese, semicolon. And then when we print it out, we'll see that, oops, the total will be, or should be, 15. Let's go ahead and run that, and we get 15. Alright. And then there's also subtraction, so we could do int difference equals ducks minus geese, and then we could print that out. And let's go ahead and label these so it's a little bit easier to see. This is called concatenation, where you add different like data types in one print statement. So we could say total, and this would be a string value, total, and then we add this. And then for this one, let's say difference plus difference. Okay, alright, let's go ahead and run that. So you see that the total is 15 and the difference is 5. Just what you would expect. Alright, and then we can go ahead and also do multiplication and division. They're both use pretty much the same, really straightforward. You can go ahead and do int multi, it's not multi, yeah, ducks times geese. Multiplied. Okay, and then we can also do division. So we could do ducks divided by geese. Okay, let's go ahead and output that. Alright, so 10 times 5 is indeed 50, and then 10 divided by 5 is indeed 2. So something interesting about ints, though, is we already know that these have to be whole numbers, because they're not doubles. Doubles can be decimals, but ints can't. So what happens when you divide a number by another number and you don't get a perfect number? Well, let's go ahead and see what happens. Let's make... let's say, what's another for a sparrow? Equals 3, and we want ducks divided by sparrows. So, int normal equals ducks divided by sparrows. Change the name. There we go. Okay. System.out.println, and we could say, there we go. Alright, let's see what I get. So we get 3. So 10 divided by 3 is obviously not 3. It's actually 3.3 repeating, right? But because ints, we assigned this value 3.3 repeating to an int of normal, it actually truncates it. So it doesn't round. Like if we had like 3.6, it wouldn't round it up to a 4. It just truncates it. So it just takes off like all the decimals altogether. So since we had 3.3 repeating, it just truncated it down to a 3. So we got a 3. Alright, and then let's continue. We can do modulus. That's another popular one. So let's do int remainder equals ducks. Oh yeah, actually for this one we can do ducks divided by sparrows. Oh, sorry. Not divide, should be modulus. And it should print out 1, because when you divide 10 and 3, you get a remainder of 1. There it is. Oh, I forgot to do the thing, but you get the point. Alrighty. So, oh, and there's also order of operations. It works just as math does in real life, so, what's the acronym? It's PIMDAS, I believe. They teach in school. It's spelled like this. PIMDAS, order of operations. So we can use parentheses to make a more complicated equation. So we could say int result equals, if we want to do 5 times 6 in parentheses, and then add 40 divided by 2. So this would give us, this is the same as 5 times 6 is 30, and then 40 divided by 2 is 20. So let's go ahead and compare the two. One, two. Alright, and they should be exactly the same. And there it is. So they both evaluate to 50 because order of operations exists. You would always do division before you do addition, and you always do what's in the parentheses before you do everything else. So that is how that works. Okay, let's clean this up a bit so it's easier to see. Go and clear that. Okay, so let's talk about some math methods. Java offers a lot of useful math methods for numbers that are commonly used in calculations, like pi or absolute or floor. So let's explore a few of those. We have, let's just do that. Int number equals -34. And if we were to print out, now let's go ahead and write absolute of -34. And then say math dot abs. So abs is the function for absolute. And then we put a number. Math is like the class that the function abs comes from. Right, so let's see what we get. And there it is. Absolute value of -34 is 34. So there's that. And then we can also try out floor. So let's use a decimal for that. Double number 13.6. Oh, whoops. Double number equals. Oh, I already used numbers, so let's go and use a different one. Double decimal. Okay, so if we print out floor, no, I don't want that. Floor of 13.6. floor. Floor is the function here. And then we put in decimal. And if we run it, then we get 13, because that's the floor of 13.6. Just rounds it down. Right? And in the opposite way, we can do ceiling. So let's actually put it together. We'll use the same number. Ceiling of 13.6, which should evaluate to 14. Oops. Math.ceil. So this would be the function for ceiling. Okay, print that out, and then we get 14. Alright. They also have natural logs. So you could do, let's say we want a number, we can use a previous number like this, change it to 43 instead of negative 34. Alright, so system.out.println natural log of 43, and then we can do math.log. That's the function for natural logarithm. Number. And we get this. This is the natural log of 43 apparently. So there you go. In order to do like a different base of logarithm, you can instead do system.out.println log base 10 of 43, which is math dot, and then you would do log and then 10, and then you would put your number. Oops, okay, so we get this one, and that is log base 10 of 43. Trust me, you can use a calculator and check it out for yourself if you want. Okay, there are also a few other useful math functions. They have maximum, which is just math.max. Gives you the highest value of a set of numbers. So let's say int big equals 10 and int small equals 5, and we want the biggest number. We can do let's say is 10 or 5 bigger, and then we can do math.max and put in big, small, and it should print out 10. So is 10 or 5 bigger? 10. Okay, and there's also minimum. Do the same way. Is 10 or 5 smaller? Math.min, big, small. Doesn't matter the order because it's just giving you the smallest one. And there it is. Okay. We've also got power. Let's just go ahead and do a few more. So you can check out the whole math library later if you want. There's lots of online resources for the different functions that you can use. We'll just do a few more. So we could do, let's do power. So int base equals 5. The exponent will be 4. And then we can do system.out.println 5 to the power of 4 is, and then we can do math.pow, base first and then the exponent second. That order is important, unlike the maximum and minimum functions. Okay, and 5 to the power of 4 is 625. Ooh, this is an important one. Random. Say we want to do like a random number. Let's go ahead and do double random equals math.random. And then we can go ahead and print the line. Random. Alright, so if we run that now, we get this number. So this is like 0.98, blah, 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 blah. So if we run it again, though, it's a different number. Because every time you run it, it assigns a new random number to random. So we can do it over and over again and keep getting a random number. Alright, and then you can actually also manipulate random to give you a number between two values. For now, like this random function actually just gives you a number between 0 and 1. But if you want to get like a random number between, say, 4 or 29, what you can do is, let's say the minimum is 4 and maximum is 29, and then double result will be equal to math.random times max minus min plus 1 and then plus min. It looks a little bit complicated, but this is how you would get a number between 4 and 29. So let's go ahead and print that out. Say random between 4 and 29. Result. Okay. And we got 12.7, which is indeed between 4 and 29. Okay. Alright. Let's end it there, and next video we'll talk about logics and conditions.